All right, we are recording. We are good to go. It is money making time.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Happy Thursday.
What would we like to start off with today? Looks kind of like we got a little bear flag going on. First looks right here on Spy.
Is that after hours or?
I think this is normal.
Mm.
Let me check.
No, yeah, that's normal. You can see the RTH at the bottom there.
Oh yeah, yeah. So we were looking good until we got that war shit.
War shit.
There was some war news. I'm pretty sure.
What was it? I didn't see it.
I'm gonna have to go back and look in the feed. I saw somebody post about it on Twitter.
Like Russia or Iran?
It's just war headlines. I don't remember. It's one of those two. I'll have to go back later and look. Anyway, looks like we kind of got this, little bear flag thing going on here. Hold on, what's going on? Man, it's not the right one. Why isn't this working? All right, we're not loading to the right one right now, but whatever, we don't need it. So we still closed in this fair value gap, which is good. Its potential could open up higher tomorrow, but it does look like it has this bear flag. So we'll see if it breaks down overnight. I guess I could check futures. I haven't looked at anything. Looks like
Let's see.
Are we moving up?
We're about even. We're about like even. I feel like, right?
Okay.
We're at 565.76, something like that.
Yeah, it's moving up nice. You can use after hours data if you want. I just don't like using it.
Yeah, it's up 0.04.
It looks like tonight it's at least going to try to break out up to here.
That'd be cool. I know Micron and Nike did earnings. I think Nike is down like 5%. Last time I checked, Micron, it was up 3-ish.
I'll show you something with Micron.
Fuck yeah.
So you're saying it's up? Was that big?
Yeah, it should be.
You have high standards. The standards are too high.
Whoever's playing something in the background, can you go on mute?
People make mistakes.
It's true, they do.
The standards are too high. You see a flaw, you attack.
Are you playing like Darth Vader noises, Colin?
So you're saying that if Christina did something like Christina?
Anyway.
It was coin.
Or coin, yeah. I thought it said Colin from back here. My eyes are going to shit. So Nike died, huh? I think we talked about that happening. Brutal. Yeah, I never got over that orange level we had marked out. Looks like it's coming down. Might target this 68.4 level.
Look out below.
That's a bummer, but I mean, it's expected. I'm going to turn these fair value gaps off.
There's crazy volume at the end of the day, too. A ton of buying. It was like 280K shares.
Yeah.
And they're probably all bodied.
How's your old Tesla doing?
I don't know. I don't know, dude.
She was all over the place. Send that
Yeah.
up with Bollinger on the 65.
Is it? Yeah.
So that doesn't necessarily mean anything can change overnight. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. It didn't go much higher, so I'm not mad about that. It's down half a percent right now, so whatever.
I mean, it's got this wedge looking thing, so I would just be careful of it going up to 256. But with OPEX tomorrow, anything can happen.
I'd cut it like 240 at most, but it rejected 240 extremely hard yesterday, so that was nice.
Is that what that long wick was right here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hit that bearish fair value gap and just tanked. There was a bunch of calls of SPY bought after hours. 565. Wonder if we move up in the morning.
Yeah, when does what is it, triple wishing tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's probably gonna be a shit show.
Just gonna be a chop fest, huh?
Dude, sometimes sometimes it's just like a complete one direction. Like SPY today, up until like what 12 o'clock was just vertical. We could see something like that in either direction.
Yeah.
Is it this one? Yeah, like look at this. 9-10 minute candles in a row. This whole time I was just like, it's gonna pull back. It's gonna pull back. It's gonna pull back. And then like up here I was like, am I just gonna jump in and just finally catch it? And then you started calling puts and I was like, nope, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah. And then I got out right where it hit that bottom of the Bollinger Band and started reversing a little bit, like that one small green wick before the big green candle. That's when I got out and you called calls.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have held, I guess, a little longer, but I was good with my near 40%, so it wasn't worth playing.
Why left the door open?
I'm still surprised we didn't get a push.
He pooped on himself?
What'd you say?
So I'm still surprised we didn't get a higher push, like up to 568.5. But whatever. Like usually you'll get a strong bounce out of those things.
It must have been whatever war news it was.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick to easier stuff. Someone wanted me to look at MicroStrategy.
Don't even with me. Asks, is pre-market data more telling than after hours? Yes, very much so. You never know what can happen across the globe. I did see Japan's inflation is at the lowest in like 4 years or something like that. It's like 3.7. So that's bullish.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I haven't seen any of the war news on X or Twitter. I still call it Twitter. But I don't know if anyone did see any of the war stuff, but if you did, either come off mute or just throw it in the chat because I'm looking at some chats.
I'm gonna have to look later. It's probably all hocus pocus, like everything else.
The only thing I've really seen lately is like the Houthi shit, but
yeah, dude, I'm so sick of all the bearish news.
I was like, I feel like we haven't heard anything on tariffs in like too long.
Oh, please no more. Well, actually, today didn't Momo say something about Europe tariffs being rolled back?
Yeah, they just delayed it like a couple of weeks from like April 2nd to mid-April.
Let's see. Well, anyway, MicroStrategy, we got a 2-hour squeeze going on right now. We got this big daily wedge that's been bouncing off of. Looks like it's starting to squeeze on the daily. I think, depending on how the market reacts tomorrow, this is going to push up. It's got these two bounces. Um, I don't think it's going to go crazy high, but I think we can see 307 for sure. And then next week, I think is probably when you're going to see some action on this, and push up to 330. It seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good, but it has
For me, it just
fooled us in the past.
Yeah, for me, it just final two candles on the day are finally over that middle Bollinger.
Yeah.
So we'll see how
I wouldn't
tomorrow opens, but it looks like a nice little wedge after the retested lows of the day.
Yeah, and he says he has a big contract. Your expiration is January. Like, I really wouldn't worry too much about it.
Oh, you have a January? You're fine.
Yeah, not me, but.
Oh no, I know. Is it STU?
Yeah. 310 call. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'll be fine.
Definitely.
You'll be fine.
I mean,
you can hold those for a while if you want.
I've been saying this for like 2 weeks, but I'll be surprised if this doesn't see 375 to 400 soon. Like, it looks like a beautiful setup.
I would be really happy if it did.
Right? Dude, I'm convinced.
I'm diamond hands on those calls. They were down so much at one point when it dropped to like 230.
Yeah, I mean, this thing.
How long have you been holding it? Did you just get into today?
No, a while back when Cash. This was a while back when Cash had signaled. I got it was like 260 or something a while back, and I hopped on the 1219 280 call, and then the 1017 300 call.
Someone in here got a nice one on MSTR today. I saw. I think they might have probably just been late to Momo's.
That's when I signaled puts on it. Well, I didn't signal it, but I mentioned it in the chat, and I think he followed on it.
Yeah, I kind of did something similar. I think I got Cat like 20% on Tesla.
Yeah, nice.
I love Cat. I love Cat's. It was Feliz guy. 305 puts for the 21st. Got.
Yeah, because it was.
Doesn't say the percentage. It just says realized profit. And he got $450. That's a nice win.
Yeah, because I was looking at this earlier, and it had broken down right here, and I was like, this thing's gonna sink to like 240. 294.
Yeah. It literally took an elevator from the top of the Bollinger Band all the way below it.
Yeah.
To the bottom.
Yeah.
And that's when it pushed up.
Yeah, it's a good lesson for anybody. If you're squeezing and it's going the wrong way, you probably shouldn't hold on to it because you're just going to get a dump.
The volatility on it's so good, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does move like a growth stock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't hate these for calls. What's Momo in?
He's in some 1 DTEs.
Oh my god.
I'm not going to make any comments on it.
Scary.
I think he swung it. Who knows, though? I mean, this thing could be... Bitcoin could go nuts overnight, and this thing could just absolutely skyrocket up, I guess. What's it at right now?
I think it's important to point out, if you guys are, looking to stack some wins and you're up on something and like you're at work for the day and you can't be sitting on your phone like us remote folks or something like that. Like, there is absolutely no shame in taking a 15% win before any of us alert exiting. Like, no one's ever going to shame you for taking an early win. So don't be afraid to do that.
Especially if it's a decent thing. If you're not a large portfolio,
mm-hmm.
that win is good, and you're looking at a 15% win, and that win is like $100, and that's a lot for your portfolio. Take the win. Just take the money and run. You've increased your portfolio, and now you can, the little wins stack up more and more to the point where you don't need as many little wins to like be really ahead.
Yeah, that's what Chuckles does. He's up $30,000 in 6 weeks.
Yeah, don't FOMO trade. Like, there's always going to be a market tomorrow. Even if you can only swing like 1 or 2 trades a day from your cash, then whatever, just take it. Take 15%. I'm very certain you will like what you see in a month's time if you're stacking that.
For you MicroStrategy folks, the 8 moving average just crossed over the 21 moving average for the first time. So, this is highly likely to break out within the next few days. So I would, if you're holding any calls, I would definitely try to hold them into next week. That's usually, if you just go back and look, you can see how they pop pretty good after every single time. This one did it a while ago. But yeah, you get your crosses on an 8 and 21, you're moving. So keep an eye on that. If it dips, probably add.
Yep. Any other suggestions of tickers?
Let's look at NVIDIA.
Yeah, it's been solid.
They had a rally going on at one point today. I don't know how it held.
Dude,
they had some news.
This thing's just been pinned, range bound. Like, is it going to finally break down tomorrow, or is it finally going to push up? I feel like it could come back down. Maybe even fill this little gap. But who knows?
Trying to pull it up.
I don't know why I do that one. We don't go backwards in time.
Sometimes chart lines just like appear on my screen. I'm like, I didn't put that there. I don't know why that's there.
Really?
Yeah, like what?
Someone hacking your account already?
I guess, dude.
Let's see. I don't know. I don't know which way this one will go. I think we just gotta wait and see. It's got this little wedge, so it would be cool if this went up to like 124 tomorrow.
I think with Micron's earnings, chips will probably print tomorrow.
Oh yeah, good point. Is it up after hours?
Last time I checked, it was up like 3.5. I'll see what it is now.
I'm in
unless someone knows.
I'm at NVIDIA.
Oh, NVIDIA.
It's flat.
I'll check both.
But the moving averages might cross on that one too. Boeing. Boeing's finally had a bounce. They finally stopped crashing planes.
I don't think that's possible. Ooh, Micron came down quite a bit.
Did it now?
It was up like 3-4%. Now it's at 1.5. Boeing. We're looking at Boeing.
Yeah, I mean it's got this little attempt at an inverse
Head and shoulders.
But it's probably gonna, I don't know, probably gonna consolidate, move up. Maybe.
To answer Kat's question for earnings tomorrow, before open, there's Neo, Carnival Corporation, Miniso. I don't know, I've never heard of that. And then Sal Gibbs. Never heard of those last two. So nothing juicy. I mean, if you want to be a degen and play Neo, go for it. I know Momo got a nice one on that the other week.
It does move big time.
Yeah. He was down like 8 today.
Yeah, I mean, Boeing looks like it could be good on a pullback. So just moving up with all the other defense stocks. Or not defense, but aviation. Kind of. Yeah, so I think you'll probably see, if Boeing pulls back, you're probably going to hold this 164 level. But if it keeps pushing up, you're probably going to target this this peak up here around 182. AMD. Did we finally get some more action on this? This thing is like the worst stock ever. I don't understand how their like books are better than PLTR, but it's done worse.
I just think because there's so many juicy semis. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm not saying it's necessarily oversaturated, but like Micron's a more interesting name. Qualcomm is a very name brand main player. I don't know. There's just a lot going on in the market.
I think you're right. But it's closed outside this downtrend. I just don't trust it. Your market structure shift is up here. Stop is all the way down there. So long ways away from either point. Probably just play shares. But it'd be nice if this made a base. I think we said the other day that, or yesterday, that you really need 2 pivot points. So I wouldn't be surprised if this, went up and then came back down.
Trade sideways a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and then went up. Did something like this. What is my opinion, thoughts on trading during triple witching? Can price action things get crazy? Yeah, they can get crazy, and there's probably a high chance that I don't do anything tomorrow because I've gotten burned so many times on triple witching. It's just like the worst days ever. If you time it right, you can make so much money. But if you're wrong, they like usually don't have any forgiveness.
Maybe wait like for the first volatile move of the day and then wait for like a 15-minute candle close.
Yeah, that's probably smart. No, I don't have any cats, just a dog.
I used to have a cat.
You did?
I do have a dog now. Yeah, my cat lived like 18 years. No, cats are welcome here.
Yeah, cats are
I'm a
welcome.
fan.
I just like dogs more, but cats are cool.
Yeah, both are cool.
Hey, Cash, you said that today you're not going to do FVG anymore. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'll take them myself. I'm just not going to alert them out because, yeah, that's a great question. So the thing about fair value gaps is they aren't. Hold on, let me turn some stuff on. Let me turn some other stuff off. They are only disqualified if a candle closes below them. So, hold on. Turn all this shit off. So, like examples today. Come on, buddy. Come on. Examples today. It's still in play as long as every candle closes inside the box or above the box. Like it could break below and then go back above. You can see that right here. This is actually a perfect example right here. You can see how that happened this whole time. So, you have to wait every single one. And that means that sometimes you'll get a full candle, a full rejection, and it'll close all the way down here, and you have a huge loss. And I think that just from what I've seen in the group and how much people risk and the emotions involved, this is probably not the right strategy for group signals. This is still a very effective strategy if you are able to listen to the rules and take trades on your own. You can see if you backtest, you can see how well they work. But you just have to remember that it needs to close outside this box in order for it to be invalidated. And this box will turn dash and stop growing if it's no longer valid. So the script will tell you if it's still a good trade or not. And that's really
So
what
you're just not going to call out, but your script will still have it though, right? You're not removing it from the script?
Correct. I'm not removing it from the script. It's still a very useful tool, and I'll be using it to make sure I don't buy or sell at certain areas. I'm just not going to signal trades there, just because it's the chances of having a large loss are so big, and just because of the circumstances and the fact that we've all been having tough time in the market. Like, we just need to focus on things that are quick to break out and small stop losses. Does that make sense? So
I think it makes sense.
yeah, I don't want, like, people got burned today. When we could have taken either a smaller loss. I think this was like minus 10% up here, minus 11%, and it was like minus 40 down here, and 50 down here, and we just didn't need to sell in here. But it's much easier to say to hold on than it really is, as you guys have learned today. So yeah, that's why I'm just not going to signal it for a while. All right. INTC, RXRX. You can do those too. Do RXRX first since that came up. This thing finally pulled back down to this daily range that we had marked out. Looks like it tested this trend line and rejected, so that's not good. Volume's decreasing. How's the RSI look? Doesn't look good. I bet you this pulls down to this 4.55 level we've had marked out. I don't know what they've got going on though, so news can change things really quick, but I wouldn't be holding on to this personally.
All those pharmaceuticals are such crapshoots a lot of the times.
Yeah, It's kind of like penny stocks. You're better off throwing them $50 and 100 of them, and then see which one hits. What do we got here? INTC.
What are we looking at now? Intel.
Yeah.
There was a big gap down. Was that yesterday?
Yeah, big up and
26 all the way down to like 24, 23. I have it like last two candles of the day breaking into the top Bollinger Band, but it does not look exquisite. It looks like it's just squeezing in a tight consolidation. But
yeah, it is sitting right on top of the daily 8 moving average though, which is interesting. Let me turn this off.
yeah, I think if it breaks, what's that, 23.95? What is it at right now? 23.95? Something like that. I think that 24.50 range is
Trying to get
an area to watch.
24.50.
24.50-ish.
Yeah, that makes sense. Right before that little red candle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, if you break this you break this level where the gap is, you're just probably going to fill the gap. So I don't know if you're long or short, if you're just looking at it. Tomorrow's not the day to take any risks. What else do we got? TSM. All these chips probably look the same, I bet. Yeah, I mean, that's probably going to reject. How are they doing after hours? TSM. Up a quarter of a point. Nothing really going on there. I don't really see much with this. I think we need to give it more time. Yeah, it's just like everything else. It's kind of squeezing out on the weekly. I wouldn't be surprised if this rejects and drops tomorrow.
Sorry, I'm just writing something about Intel.
Yeah, you're fine. All right. We can come back to TSM. I don't love it. You know, it's probably going to drop down to 174 again. At least looks that way right now. I don't know. I mean, if it does make a new high above 178.7, you can target this gap up here.
Taiwan semi. Do you think that Taiwan moves off of AMD or maybe not?
I don't know, maybe. I think you got one of these two options tomorrow. You got a Rivian and then a Riot. Oh yeah, we wrote this out yesterday, right? I left it here.
Mm-hmm.
So we're squeezing on the daily in the lower Bollinger Band. It rejected the middle. No good. It's probably going to squeeze down. Rejected the RSI too. It's looking like it's going to push down to 1030, and then if it breaks 1030, you're probably going to see 832. So, not looking good. Do they have some bad news recently or something? Or is it just getting cooked with Tesla?
They're getting cooked with Tesla. You know they're American. I don't know. Oh, I mean both are American. I'm just this stupid.
That thing with the Commerce Secretary with Tesla was wild to see happen.
What's that?
The Lutnick, the Commerce Secretary, went on TV and said people should be buying Teslas to help the stock go up because Elon is a good guy.
That's crazy.
It was wild seeing that happen.
Yeah, that is pretty wild. Jeez.
I don't know what it is with car companies and like American politicians. I feel like I mean like with Obama bailing out, was it like Ford and GM, and then Biden had like the same thing with Trump. Like he had like the Jeeps at the White House, and then Trump with the White House shit. And now Lutnick. I don't know what it is about cars.
It's kind of just
I guess it's just like big
backbone.
American manufacturing staple.
Yeah, definitely. It's the backbone of America for like 150 years, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say they were definitely some of the biggest manufacturing like businesses in terms of like jobs for a long time. Just the amount of car companies and like you literally ran cities on them with like Detroit and stuff like that.
It's crazy how things have changed.
If anyone wants to do any YouTube deep diving tonight, go look up Fordlandia. Ford, like before he retired and stepped down, like wanted to like create a city for like Ford manufacturing, and I think it was in like Brazil, where he would like he owned like a bunch of steel and like steel manufacturing plants and like had land where he could mill it, but he didn't have it for rubber. So he wanted to get rubber trees and do it in Brazil, and he like tried to create like a town of like 20,000 people, and it failed miserably, and then he just like retired. It was crazy.
It is crazy. I'm gonna check that out. Sounds interesting. Anyway, Rivian's not looking great. If you're long on this, you want a daily close back in the upper range. What do we have next, Riot? I mean, I don't really like the miners. I feel like they haven't done anything for like 2 years. Just had this consolidation going on since 2022. Range bound crap. I wouldn't waste your time here. You're better off buying MicroStrategy or IBIP. CVNA. What's the deal with CVNA? I thought they were gonna go bankrupt. They're still alive, scamming their way.
Is that Carvana?
Yeah. I had a buddy who swore.
I thought they were. Yeah.
I had a buddy who swore to me he had inside information that they were going to go down like in September 2023, and then they went up like what 1,000x.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think your buddy was accurate with that information. But anyway, broke this large trend, retested the bottom on the weekly. Not what you want to see. Maybe it'll pull back. We gotta make sure that when we get back into the bull market that we don't play all these downward wedges. Can't get used to this shit.
Yeah.
This just doesn't happen that often.
I think it's gonna wedge out into like 185.
Yeah,
either break out or break it.
Yeah, that's where we're at now, so that makes sense. Looks like it had a market structure shift on the shorter time frame, so maybe it pushes back up and goes to 198, 199. But looks like it's gonna come down. Other than that,
I'm gonna get on puts watch.
yeah.
Someone wanted to see how Celsius played out today. I think it was down like 2.5 ish.
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday.
I broke out of my broke out of my wedge on the downside.
It's on this daily envelope here. So it's probably going to pull back even more if this RSI drops back in. I wouldn't be surprised if it bounces in this fair value gap right here. So you come down and test somewhere around here, and then you shoot back up.
Yeah. My My spidey senses are saying it could hold back down to like 30.80, 30.90.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I wouldn't mind if it came back down. Give me 27.5. Good stock, I think.
Your shares.
Not more. LMT. Lockheed, right? Yeah. Same thing. Broke out, retested, coming back down on the envelope. And looks like it broke below this trend line. So this is probably going to pull back down to here. That's what I think, anyway. Yeah, it's squeezing on the
Yeah, I can definitely
65.
see at least like 453, 455.
Yeah, this is probably going to squeeze.
At the very
down.
least.
So maybe this is a puts play we can keep an eye on.
LMT. I see it like below 460.
Is that NOC or NQC? I can't. My eyes are going to shit.
NOC,
Okay.
Northrop Grumman is NOC.
Oh, this is another war stock, right? Defense contractor.
Yep. The 65-minute looked like it was like in the purple.
Right outside that
Same with
wedge.
LMT.
Yeah, I mean, this one could go either way right now. We just gotta wait and see which way they snap. Yeah, I don't know. Could go either way. Above that wedge, so it might be more than likely it goes up. VLO? What is VLO? What do they do? Yeah, I mean, this had a nice breakout. It's closing, it's breaking out above. This could go to 154 over the next few weeks. Looks pretty good. Short term though, it's probably going to come back down and test this 133.5 level. So just be careful of that.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because it's hitting this top of this fib too, so it's usually a profit target. So if you're going to go long on this, go long on that around the middle band.
What, 133.50?
Yeah,
You said?
yeah. Grumble Cake says CVNA cooks the books and loans themselves low interest loans. Damn. Wish I could do that. CVX. Oh yeah, this is one that we've been watching all week. Why didn't we should have played this? This thing has just been cooking, right out the squeeze.
Jesus.
Man, this squeeze indicator works way better than I remember. I don't know why I ever stopped using it. I wrote this during COVID. Anyway, this thing is gonna shoot up to 168.5, 169 probably over the next 2 weeks. Short term, You've got this trend line it's following. So just keep an eye on that. If you don't want to break that. If you do, maybe you're looking to buy the dip around the Bollinger Band, the middle one, or the fair value gap over here. Looks good though. ETR.
Did we want to call something on CPX?
I think it's too late, too risky now.
Too late.
Yeah.
Mm.
If it pulls back again next week, we definitely should, but we should have probably done it on like Tuesday. What we got? ETR. Some wedge stuff going on here. Closed above the Bollinger Band, the upper one. So it's more than likely going to push up. High volume before close in the last 65 minutes. This is probably going to pop and fill this gap tomorrow at 85.43. So about an 80-cent move on ETR. Yeah, I think you're right. I think calls on ETR would be a play potentially. You even got this tiny little thing going on there. The problem is if it opens up at 85.20, you're really limiting yourself. I mean, it could definitely break out past the gap, but
Could go to 88
yeah.
and retest that high from March 4th.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks decent. Nice find. Are you ripping a bomb right now?
No, I'm off. I've been off for almost 2 years now.
Oh wow, that's great.
No. Proud of myself.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Definitely was easier to do on a 17-day honeymoon.
Yeah, that's
So just like quick cold turkey.
break the cycle.
Mm.
Why is it generally hard to predict puts and calls from the charts? I don't think one is necessarily harder than the other. You just have to wait for your trend lines to break, or at least one sign. We're probably just not really used to taking them. So like right here, you can see closed outside and you target your 162%. So it's not any more difficult than the bullish ones. I think a lot of people just have a hard time finding the confidence to take them, because the market in a bull market 80% of the time is going to go up, and that so we don't really like learn the downside, and I think people just freak out. Same rules apply both ways. There's nothing different. You could even, if you really wanted to, I'm not saying I recommend this, you could just invert your chart if you know it's going to be puts, and then now you're playing on the upside, just the opposite direction. Something to think about. You can save different layouts too. So you could have a layout that's inverted with different candlestick colors. Just don't get yourself confused. What else do we have? RON, ETR, VST, CEG. And could be bear flag. Could be pushing up. Doesn't look terrible. I just don't. I never like these long headlines personally. Kind of has a rising wedge pattern, so just look out for that. It's also testing this previous support. It looks like it did close above it, which is good. Yeah, so maybe this pops off tomorrow. A sketch, but could do it. Not bad.
I think above like 134.50 looks pretty good. Could retest the gap up to like 140.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely. CEG. Same thing. There's a lot of these. It's everywhere. Whole market's like this, I guess. This one does not look as good. Rejected this previous support multiple times. And it's got this, bearish wedge pattern. But if it closes up above, you're probably good to go. You can just like everything else, you can just play the way this breaks. Recently filled a gap. That's decent. RSI is still bearish on the daily. Showing weakness, I should say. So you're more than likely on this one to probably form a lower high around here if it's going to reverse, maybe. And then go back up. KHC Craft Foods. I didn't even realize this was a stock.
It's a good recession play.
I think Buffett has a good stake in it.
Mr. Buffett. I just broke support, but it's in a fair value gap. Ton of bearish volume over the average here. So, just my gut is thinking that there's a strong possibility this pulls down to 27 and a quarter, maybe. It's got to get back above this this green horizontal line here. What is it? I forgot what it was. I don't know why it's not showing me right now. $30, we'll just say. You really want to get back over the $30. But I think it might push down.
Puts.
Yeah, I don't know though. The weekly chart doesn't look that great either. You have this rounded top. Hold on, let me reset this. Doesn't mean it won't bounce, but you have this. First of all, you have this long leg here, long flag, and then you have this. I forget. This is an actual pattern. I don't know what it's called, but it's got this rounded top. So it's probably going to come down like this. So I would be careful of that. But Buffett is obviously way better than me, and charts don't really mean much if you're investing 10 years down the road. So if you're an investor, I wouldn't listen too much to my charts. Tons of volume. DUOL. I'm probably going to retest this upper trend line maybe. Or, I guess maybe not. Maybe if it breaks this down here. RSI just flipped green though. I don't know if I would go puts on this one yet. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe just tomorrow, if that's what you mean. I guess on the 10 minutes coming down. 10-minute does look like it's pushing down. Yeah. Just tomorrow. I think you could probably get right here. Is that what you were thinking, Mr.
You
Rumble?
talking to me or are you talking to Rumble?
Rumble. Yeah, that makes sense then if you're thinking that. I agree. I think it can probably test this level. Wiki. How's our old friend Meta doing? Fucking bitch.
Yeah, that's crazy. He gave up almost the entire moon.
It was looking so good right here. So good. Like, that's the problem with this market. Like, you have these massive bullish engulfing candles that are just getting crushed. It doesn't make any freaking sense. Like, usually this would be exploding. But it's retesting this trend line. I had a feeling it was going to pull back earlier today, and I'll show you guys why. What I saw. And it was this envelope. Whenever you're outside these envelopes, as soon as they come back in, the price is reverting back. They're usually pretty big moves. And you can just go, you can look back and see. This one had a big pullback down here. Decent pullback there. Decent pullback. I don't personally like to take them as reversals, but it's just a warning if you're in it. Be careful. Brutal. I hate this stock. I hate all these stocks right now. Meta, Tesla, Apple. Curfew, all you burn me. So we'll get our revenge someday. What do you think about this? Think it's gonna bounce? Below the.
Hold on 1 second.
You're good. Take your time. Oh yeah, this is terrible. This is. Oh, man. I didn't realize it had wicked that bad on the daily. We'll see what happens. If it pushes back up tomorrow, great. Maybe it'll shoot back up. I don't like that it's still outside this envelope and it looks like it rejected this one. It's possible this thing just goes and nukes down.
Couldn't see like 575.
There's a gap right here. $5.75, yeah.
I don't know if I want to like necessarily call anything because I think people are in it. I want to jinx them.
I think we just need to be careful tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we should probably wait like 20 minutes.
Oh yeah. Do we want to Uber?
I've been waiting too long though the past 2 days. I've seen so many breakouts and just been sitting there watching it. Yeah, tomorrow you're probably right. Tomorrow I might just be sitting on our hands. You want to do Uber? We can do that.
So yeah, someone asked for Uber, and I think we should take a look at the what's it called? I forgot. What do you have? We were looking at the last couple of days. The screener.
Oh yeah, we can look at that. Yeah. Uber looks
Uber.
great. Looks great. Daily close above Bollinger, middle Bollinger. We got a wedge breakout. Muy bien. Stop loss. We'll do a tight stop loss since we've been getting bodangled lately at 72.46. Short-term profit target could be like 77. But if you wanted to swing this, so you have massive kahunas or something, this could go to like $83 over the next week. And maybe we get some squeeze action up here tomorrow. And then it's just kapows up to here over the next few days. What do you think about this one? I think this one looks decent.
I really like it. It bounced pretty nicely off that middle Bollinger Band at the end of the day, and it broke the two big green candles that I'm looking at broke above the trend line as well on my screen.
And it's holding this breakout level.
I mean, if it breaks below like 73, 73, like 50, then I would say cut. But
yeah, we don't want to break 73.50. Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Uber looks good. Definitely keep our eye on this one. This one's the best one I think we've seen all night. How about our friend ASTS? Just cooked salad lately too. Dude, everything fucking sucks. Well, if this retests this trend line on ASTS down around 21 doll hairs, you might want to take some shares down here. Pretty classic reversal pattern. What's that? What'd you say?
I didn't say anything. I don't know who that was.
Anyway, could be a good spot to buy. I'm just gonna go through some of the ones I already know were on the scanner. KO.
Okay, on a fat green wick 10 of the day, huh?
Yeah. I mean, that's not bad. It's held this long support, breaking out of this little wedge. I guess we need a daily close above this Bollinger Band here. This could be a good one to watch maybe on Monday, or enter in if we're above here on Friday afternoon before close.
Yeah, I have it on watch for calls.
Yeah. Let's see what happens like at 3 p.m. right here.
Yeah, so I had GE on watch from yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I'll check that out also.
We're looking at Lemonade.
Yeah. This one got absolutely torched the other day. But we never joined it. Squeezing. Oops. Oh shit, the quarter's about to die. Okay. Yeah, this doesn't look great yet, so we're just gonna skip that. This GE. Oh, I want to check QBTS too. I was wondering how that did today. Oops.
Was that the quantum?
Yeah.
GE broke above the trend line we drew yesterday.
I know.
It did. I think you mentioned it was going to pull back to here too.
Yeah.
So
could very well retest like 207, and if that breaks above, I could see it going to 212.
Yeah, short term. Yeah.
ish.
I'm hoping it goes to 230. For me shares. I don't have as much as I used to, but I still have like 30, 40 grand, I think.
It does not hurt.
So it'd be cool.
That would be very cool.
So you want me to do the scanner, or do you think we have enough?
I mean, nothing wrong with looking at the scanner.
Alright, I'll pull it up. Screeners.
There's something that jumps out in our little mind.
Oh, how does it always do this? Come on. What do you do? Alright. Let's see. Let's check that chart that Six Sigma said last time. I'm trying to remember.
Is that like that quad box?
Yeah. So we don't have to like look at every single one. What is 3 month usually? Is that what you said? Or
Yeah.
1 month? PDD looks decent. Let me pull that up.
We had that on watch the other day.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody brought this up. It's breaking out, squeezing out of the 65. Finally closed above. Daily closed above. Looks pretty good. Could squeeze up to 160 over the next few weeks. Had a ton of volume. You see all this volume?
Yeah.
This might be one to watch tomorrow.
Say above like 31.90.
Yeah.
32.50.
I like that one. That one sucks. This one sucks. COP. I don't know what they do. Chub. Oh, what's this one? AMT. I might need to change the market cap. A cup and handle action, maybe.
Is that applied materials?
Yeah, AMT. Yeah,
AMT.
doesn't look bad, but I don't know what to do. So
They're semiconductor.
let's do 200 and above. Oh, XOM.
The love of my life. Gee.
Right up to the level we talked about too. Dead center. Would have been a good swing.
So I can get up to that 122 mark. We touched highs of the last 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. I don't even know. November 20.
ICE. I just don't know how these option chains are. It might be a waste of time. Ice, baby. That would have been a nice one. Just popping. Look at that beautiful close.
What's ICE?
I don't know. I don't like that it doesn't tell you the
ICE.
names.
Intercontinental Exchange. What did they do?
Well, it was a nice breakout.
Engages in the provision of market infrastructure, data services, and technology. So it's a high tech.
Yeah, it must be.
Operates through the following segments: exchanges, fixed income, and mortgage technology.
Well,
So could it be like a UPST kind of?
Yeah, maybe. It definitely looks like it's going to hit 180 soon. 180 and a half. And it's got the RSI. It's got the close over the upper Bollinger. It's got the squeeze. Little previous wedge. She's beautiful. Yeah, I could try to find one small cap, one mid cap, and one large cap. Actually, there weren't any large caps. Actually, was it? Yeah, there weren't any large caps that I had on the scanner. This is a. Oh no, this is considered a large cap. Never mind. Probably. The only thing with the small caps is that you're gonna have zero volume on your options, and if nobody bids them, they're just gonna go to zero. I like ICE though. What is this one? What is that one? Bro.
Bro.
Yeah, bro.
That'd be so cool to have that as your company's ticker.
Yeah, bro.
Brown and Brown? Was that like insurance or law firm?
Yeah.
Yeah, financial insurance.
Oh, it's not great anyway.
Yeah.
Let's go down to. You said you want a middler. Oops. Not
Vidlers.
2 billion to 10. I'll give you a mid. Come on, bud. What do we have here? I just don't know any of these stocks. I don't see any. Or, yeah, I just don't like them. Yeah, I guess next isn't too bad. Probably gonna pull back. Maybe not. Could push up on the 65.
Next Decade Corporation.
Got a little bull flag.
It's another energy. Yeah, I mean, could retest that 9 mark. If it gets through like 880, 890, and test that 9 for sure.
So we're on. And then let's find a small cap. Whoa. SPRY had a big breakout. I just can't trust these because they're like, they can go up 15% one day and drop 15% the next.
Yeah, it's a pharmaceutical too. Did have a lot of buying to start and end of the day though.
Actually, that brings up a quick question, Cash. During the pre-market on SPY, there was like a super big like candle. Do you know what that might have been from?
Like, you sure this wasn't like a glitch? I can check. 1 second. Was it on TradingView or Webull?
TradingView.
Go down to 5 minutes. You know where it was?
I mean, it was this. It would have been like this morning or last night. Huh.
It must have been one of those glitch orders. Or
Yeah.
like fills one,
It
it fills one share or something, and it's like really long wick.
Well, it wasn't just a wick. That's the thing. It was a full bar. That I could have swore it was on the 5 minute, but okay, maybe I'm just crazy. Like it looked similar to that green one over there to the left. Go to the left a little bit. Keep going. I drag the screen over. Right there.
Like this.
Yeah, it looked very similar to that, except it was a red one.
Are you sure you didn't see a volume candle or something? Like one of these?
No, it definitely was just like a regular,
I believe you. That's weird. I've seen glitches before on my charts, so that could have just been that. It's not popping up now.
Yeah, because there was another weird one. There was another weird one at noon, I think, today.
Noon. Right here. Yeah.
And that might have been on the 2 minute.
This one?
Yeah, zoom in there. Right there.
Just this wick thing?
Yeah.
It's just a false breakout. Rejected the support level there. Just another one of the games of manipulation that they have. Goes up, rejects resistance, and you can see how it broke support, and then it drops. Tries to test this support again, drops. So it's just a false. They're just constantly trying to trick people out of their shares, or go long while they load puts. You can see on 1 minute it just went up and wicked it. They'll get you like that. That's why we always wait for candles to close.
I didn't even think it was going to be a wick on the 1 minute. That's crazy.
Yeah, they play games like that. Look at that, brutal. Is this what you were talking about this morning, maybe? Yeah, this is probably what you're talking about.
No, it was up super high and then fell low. Like it was higher than yesterday's close. So I think it might have just been weird glitch.
Yeah, I don't know. It is odd. I'm gonna check QBTS and I'm probably gonna be done. And so this is something that we were looking at yesterday. Where the heck are we? Did it work today or did it die today? Looks like it died today. Yeah, I remember someone was saying this was breaking out this morning, and I was like, I think I said, wait for the 65-minute to close because, yeah, exactly. This is exactly why I said this morning in the chat. Wait for the 65-minute to close because it could be a false breakout. They always do shit like this. This is kind of what got me on Meta. I forgot to wait for the close. Same thing, false breakout, sinks, drops lower. Now it's sitting in this fair value gap. Maybe it fills this gap down here. Or even retest this trend. We could go long somewhere in here. All right, well, we found some good plays. A couple of them I liked, so we can watch tomorrow and see what happens. Let's be careful tomorrow, but let's make some money too. Have a good day. I'll check.
Yeah, baby.
I'll check in with you guys later tonight and tomorrow, and I'll have this session up for on YouTube in about 15 minutes. Thanks for checking in.
Thanks, everyone.